What's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, but we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And today is Tuesday, a great day. We got a lot of stuff to cover today. I can't wait. Share the show. Matter of fact, let me get up here and share the show myself. Where I'm going? Okay, I go. Rod Wells, I see you there in there first, baby boy. I see you. I see you. Let's see. Let me share the show. Rod Wells, I hope you're sharing the show while you're on here. Let's see. Let me share it. I shared it to my friends. Let me go over to YouTube. This how I do it, Joe Lewis. Joe Lewis, this is gonna be Joe Lewis. This show gonna be epic. So you might well text tag tell somebody right now. It's gonna be bananas. Uh, and I don't even know where I'm gonna go with it yet. But I just know one of y'all gonna bring it out of me today, like he did yesterday. Like King Sticks brought it out of me yesterday. And I love that. Boy, y'all don't know. I love that. I love that. When you challenge me, because I got something for you. You might not like it, but I got something for you. But unique day yesterday, we talked about you know, we talked about opinions again. I got my opinion. Brandon Wheatfall, you was here yesterday. Oh, I got my opinions. I got my opinion. My opinion. My opinion. So what? That is Moody. I told y'all. On this show, your opinions got to be based on some facts, not your truth. Because we done found out a lot of y'all just don't. A lot of y'all just don't. I don't know where some of y'all been getting your facts from some of these places that I don't think you should be getting your facts from. But that's you. Brandon Wheatfall. Brandon Wheatfall, it's something else, ain't it? And I know y'all and I don't be trying to be hard, but I got to be thorough. Because they ain't gonna worry about Brandon Wheatfall. Ain't nobody gonna worry about you being on this. Ain't nobody worry about what you said. They gonna forget about. They gonna say, I allowed you to say it without challenging. I'm not gonna be mellow. I'm not gonna let you come on my show and talk about my supposed to be friend and talk about him like a dog. I'm not letting that happen on my show. You ain't coming talking about my best friend on this platform. You might take your ass on another platform. I don't understand these people out here, man. Yes, don't think I ain't forgot about that. Yes, Melo let Stephen A. Smith come and talk about LeBron like he was a dog on this show. Show did. I don't want no friends like that. I don't want no friends like that. Y'all know I don't let nobody come on here talking about y'all. Let's know my friends. I don't think y'all get it. I don't think y'all get it. I don't think y'all getting it, man. I don't think y'all getting it. Brandon Weefall. I was just thinking about it. I know, man, Big Coach just don't understand how he just made my day yesterday. And then people come in at the end of the show. No. I don't want no big, hey, I don't want no, my friends, I am not going to do my friends wrong for business. Mr. Bartholomew, you can do it. Anybody else, I ain't telling you about what you tripping about. Thank you, Thaddeus Moody. Can we say it's business? No. Business? Is Melo hurting that bad? You played in the league 100 years, man. No. Not the dude on the banana boat with you. My friend. Unless he ain't my friend. I'm just sitting there, man. I'm just thinking about it. Stage is set. The Dodgers and the Blue Jays. George Springer, formerly of Houston. This Houston team, Astros, who don't like to pay nobody, so he had to go north of go get paid somewhere else. He had a 3-1 shot last night. He's got 23 postseason home runs, third of all time, and Astros didn't want to pay him. The Toronto Blue Jays are headed to their first World Series in 32 years. It's interesting. You know what I learned too? Just by talking about that subject yesterday. I think we should all, at some point in our life, do some difficult things. Do something difficult that everybody else can't do. What we think that other people do that's easy, y'all think it's easy for me to come on here and talk, have original content every day, Monday through Thursday, for 8 hours a week. Y'all think it's easy. Go try it. So you can see how hard things really are. We have an appreciation for we got to start having appreciation for the hard things that people do. A lot of us, like yesterday, have opinion about things they've never done and never tried. They just have an opinion. And then I said, I got 30 years. Let me tell you something. Now I see why some people are going to always be in the place they are, because they don't believe they should listen to a person that got 30 years of experience and excelled in a business. I don't need to hold on. What Herb say? What makes, just because you got 30 years? We don't respect the work that people has put in. We don't. We don't respect the stuff people have put in, the work people. People don't have anything concrete to even base their opinions on. It's weird. I was just thinking about it. Yo, that stuff, I think about it because I'm and it's hard to stick and be around people who don't value your opinion, who don't honor your time, minimize your expertise, and ignore your wisdom. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know the strength of our unity is that if we don't let outsiders, that if we don't let outsiders divide us, we will be able to turn America upside down. There is power in unity when we all, yo, it's more of us than it is of them. All them people who thinking crazy and the Russell vote and the Donald Trumps, it's more of us than it is of them. But regrettably, it's easier said than done trying to stick with people. Think about it. And I'm not even talking about your community. I'm talking about people in your family. It's hard. It is to stick with people who don't value your opinion, man. Who, like I said, who don't value your honor, who don't honor your time, who don't minimize your. That's why I honor y'all time. I don't minimize nobody's expertise, and I don't ignore. I sit there and listen, and all I asked was yesterday was, man, you need to go back and take another look at Jabari. He's better than that. Just go back and. I didn't say nobody was wrong, but then somebody had nerve to come on in and have something slick to say. This is the slickest. They love, but they ain't finna go and say nothing slick to what's it I call? I can't call him Greg Abbott. They ain't gonna go say nothing slick to the congressman up there. So I forgot the man name, the man who went to Cancun. It's crazy. It's crazy. Thinking about what's going on in this news with LeBron and people. Somebody said, hey, Hannah, I gave you a high five on Saturday at TSU homecoming. You were speed walking on your way out. Thank you, Jenny. I was trying to get out of there, Jenny. Jenny, the old man was tired. Yeah, Ted Cruz. Josephine, she was at TSU, the other TSU, the real TSU homecoming. She was at Texas State. Excuse me, Tennessee State. I'm sorry, Tennessee State University's homecoming in Nashville. I saw you on your picture, all leaned up there. I know exactly where you were. I knew exactly where you were. Eric Boone. Eric Boone, I'm just sitting up here thinking about something, man. Y'all don't understand, man. These people with their opinions. Well, King Sticks. My opinions. My opinion. Y'all, I'm serious, y'all. Sometimes I just sit up here and just think about stuff. I promise you. I don't know why, man. I told y'all, man, my brain's always working, even when I'm asleep. I told y'all, I ain't got no sense. Yeah, the NBA is back tonight. I ain't got no sense. All my sense, I'm using all my sense. And then I'm finding out that a lot of people, common sense is kind of rare. Some of these people just ain't got common. I'm just thinking about LeBron has been amazing for years. Off the court, it's been unbelievable. It all comes in a full circle. What I'm watching is he can't control the narrative any longer. He has been a fixture on opening night for 22 seasons. Tonight he won't be available. Russell Westbrook don't like him. Stephen A. Smith don't like him. But Bartholomew, is it all about content these days? Is it all about content? This is a dirty game out here. My man admitted, LeBron admitted that this guy saved his life. He about to drown. But you let this dude come on your show, Jay, and talk about a dude you know he hate. Jay, that's a dude came on here a long time ago and said something about Chris Walker. And I stopped and checked his ass, and he ain't been on this show ever again. Miss Jenny. Chris went on the show. How in the hell you think you gonna call on this show that you gonna come on the show and talk negative about him? I cut it off immediately. Player, what the hell wrong with you? This just kind of get to me, Ricky Scott. I'm just thinking about it, y'all, because it applies. I got a platform. Do you think I'm gonna let somebody come up here and talk about Penny Hardaway on this show? Y'all think I'm gonna let somebody come about and talk about? You gotta be out of your rabbit ass mind. Go to another show. You don't have to come to this one. The man who helped change my life and my family's life. Are you out your rabbit ass mind? You think you can walk your ass on this? I'm coming. Yo, we're gonna have to do a case study in college on Stephen A. Smith, man. When I show you this photo, what do you think? Let me find this photo. Watch it. When I show you this photo, what do you think? When you see these photos of a broadcaster, Stephen A. Smith, Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, basketball businessman LeBron James, what are your thoughts? You got one dude that came out the both of them. What are your thoughts? What's the common denominator right here on the screen, y'all? What's the common denominator? When you see this, I too, what's up, man? When you see this, what do you see, I too? When you see these photos, Stephen A. Smith, Jasmine Crockett, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? No, Ricky Scott, I hate to tell you, this ain't no troll for no clickbait. Ricky Scott, I need you to think a little bit bigger than that. That man don't need clickbait. He's on the most popular show on the guy. He's on everything. He don't need clickbait. Ricky Scott, you got to think a little bit higher than that. Got to think a little higher than that. I'm gonna get back to that, Ricky Scott. But I want you to think a little higher than that. Maybe. Hold up. Let me hold on. Sneeze again. Ricky Scott, I think about something, man. What a difference a dad makes. I saw this, Jerry Harris. Watch this. Before, yeah, what a difference a true love made in my life. So nice, so right. Loving you gave me so. What a difference a dad makes. Fathers, especially you black fathers, are one of the greatest gifts we have. I wish more content like this was created about the true value men bring to society, the home, the family, and the role they play in shaping confidence, self concept, rationale, and more. That's why when I put stuff up on this board like this, that's why I said, what are your thoughts? Let me look at your thing. You said an essay called himself Getting LeBron Back because essay called himself Getting LeBron Back because he went on McAfee's show, his white counterpart. He said in the interview, that's why he said, I'm going to tell y'all things I never said. Bartholomew, I don't care. I don't care. The man been messing with LeBron for years. Skip Bayless made a living off of LeBron talking about LeBron James. Stephen A. make a living talking about LeBron James. And you come talking about he said what he said. He said a lot of stuff. Russell, Russell, when a guy gonna come tell me, man, you too positive on this show. You don't let nobody talk. Yo, it's some people in this community that I don't like, this basketball community. I don't like, but I don't talk about them. Ain't no excuse. Bartholomew, I don't know why you put that up there, because that's not an excuse. But I'm gonna keep going. Because I'm watching something that's so blatant out here. Somebody had to come out here and combat that bull crap with something like this. I could not believe that these dudes came on the media and said this the other day. Watch this. Where was I at? What? Listen to this.
I noticed that Quinn Ewers was sitting next to Tua That's common,
all the
Bull.
time.
What you're saying is very common.
Shedeur Sanders, I don't think ever sat next to Dylan Gabriel during this game in between possessions.
I haven't seen it this year.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's something out of nothing. I just thought it was curious. Usually the backup quarterback, and again, maybe when he was the third string, okay, maybe that's. But he's been the backup the last few weeks.
I would want, because usually those conversations are quarterback coach or coordinators upstairs, whoever is the highest ranking offense.
Ladies and gentlemen, I could not believe I heard it, but I did believe. But it's just the media is now wondering why Shedeur did not sit next to Dylan Gabriel. When Shedeur started in preseason, Dylan Gabriel didn't sit next to him. And why was this dude? Are you serious? No, are you effing serious? Shedeur not the problem. Y'all are the problem. Because this what happened in the game. Shedeur got his headset on. He know everything they telling him. But this is the picture that they paint. This is why I put this up on the board. When you see this, what do you see? What are your thoughts? Because I know we're going to get it from the guys, the guys we just saw. Why we got to get it from him? Then I just be watching, man. Y'all understand? I watch stuff. And I'm going to get into it in a minute. Then I'm just, NBA starts tonight. Rockets play tonight. But I saw Giannis. This is why we have to paint our picture. This is why we have. You can ride, Eric. You can ride with the devil if you want to. That man said, I'm riding with Stephen A. Smith. You ride with him. Because maybe you feel like and think like him. So it's a court. Hey, everybody gonna have some, even in the ignorance month, gonna have somebody. They gonna all have one more. Well, I like the way he think because I think like that. I understand. So you can ride with whoever you want to. I'm just giving the facts. I ain't said who I'm riding with. I'm giving the facts. But I'm gonna come back to that in a minute. But I'm just thinking about, I saw this video about Giannis in practice. And I know I had it. Did I put it? I saw him in practice talking to the players, right? I was thinking about it. Watch this.
Foul. I know. I didn't say it was foul. You say it's foul. You say it's foul. I never say it's foul. Can't be a tough guy and whine at the same time. Foul. I know.
You can't be a tough guy and whine at the same time.
You say it's foul. You say it's foul. I never say it's foul. Can't be a tough guy and whine at the same time. Foul. I know. I didn't say it was foul. You say it's foul.
You know what? I wasn't in that practice. And I don't even need to see the other angles because I know who the hell he was talking about. He was talking to Kyle Kuzma and he was talking to Bobby Portis. I bet you $100 $100 to a bucket of slop. This would either make them so they be much better, make them resentful. The Bucks got to post more of these runs. It seems like a good, but just listen. He said, you can't be a tough guy. Give me one good point he made. Eric, I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop my show. I'm going to stop talking about something positive because I know you want to talk about something ignorant. Give me one good point that Stephen A. Smith made. Hey, y'all, watch this word on there. Watch that key word on there. Give me one good thing he said. Lakeisha, I'm finna crank this show all the way up now, Bob. This man said, that say you had he made some good points. I ask you, give me one good point that Stephen A. Smith made. That's all right. Y'all watch this. Y'all watch this now. Watch this. This how I'm gonna start doing these clowns on the show, right? I'm thinking old school. People see other people's opinions sometimes. Homeboy, I don't even really have to respect your opinion. Because a lot of people's are, Charlie Kirk. I don't have to respect your opinion. That's the lie from the pit of hell. You can put your opinion up on here on the screen. I don't have to respect it. I'm going to challenge you and I ask you a question and I see you haven't typed. Tell me one thing that he said. You said he made some good points. We going there today. Y'all, I got a special guest coming on at the back and half. Hey, y'all, listen, get your tickets. Get your tickets. Let me see if I got the hold on. Let me get the let me send y'all. Let me send y'all. Let me put it on the screen right now. Cause it's a preseason exhibition college game. Gonna be some 5. Y'all, hey, have y'all noticed he ain't putting that up there yet? Lakeisha, please let me know when he put one good thing he said up there. Cause he said this. Let me put it back on the screen now. This is what he said. Now let me get to my business over here. Hold on. Let me see. Okay. Let me. Cause I want to okay. I want to post something on the screen. Let's see. Let me go to YouTube and share something with y'all. Lakeisha, let me know when he put something up there. Lakeisha, that's what you got. Lakeisha, I don't mind you having an opinion. I don't have to respect it. I don't mind you having an opinion. I don't have to respect it. She went about it the wrong way that he said is you must work with both parties. Hold your horses, bro. I can't type that fast. And I disagree. Excuse me. Eric, I don't know how much you know about the political climate that we're in. She could talk civil and nice to Joe Biden, and she did. But with this damn fool that they got in the White House, and with these damn fools that people who did not vote let get into office, Lauren Bobarts and what's the other girl? Those kind of people, you can't talk sensible to them. They think you weak. They scared of this girl right here. Guess what? She's getting things done for her community. So if that's what you're talking about, Stephen A. Smith is a damn lie. Do his homework. And you should have did your homework before you put that damn shit on my screen. Because I've done my homework. She went about it the wrong way. Listen, Eric Bowen, when this show is over and people around the world watch this show, they don't know who the hell you are. So when you put it up on my screen, I have to address it because it's my responsibility. You don't have to I have to be here and talk. You don't have to put it up on the screen. So if you put something on the screen, I'm going to talk about it. You follow me? But let me move on. Let me move. So Sonya won't stop shaking her head. She said, I'm talking about Giannis. What she said? Love it. Yeah. I love it. Yeah. Think about it. Y'all, we always got, this why we can never get nowhere. Because we got people that think like Stephen A. Smith. And I don't have to agree with what Stephen A. Smith just because he's Stephen A. And y'all, excuse me. Unlike Eric, let me explain. In case you didn't know, I got a history with Stephen A. Smith. Years ago, my company did our retreat where we bring all of our players together and we were in the Bahamas. We flew 2 people down. We flew Charles Ogletree. Google that name, Eric. Probably never heard of it. Charles Ogletree. He passed away a couple of years ago. And we flew in Stephen A. Smith. We threw in Stephen A. Smith to talk to our clients. Y'all, that's a different man than I see now. That's a different man. I told y'all, went to the All-Star game in LA a few years back. Kenny Smith party. It's an invitation only party, right? Invitation only party. So everybody who got in that party, it was on Paramount Studios. You couldn't get, if anybody ever been to Hollywood, try to go to Paramount, try to get on Paramount Studios without. They got security everywhere. So you have to go through here. All of these rich, everybody in there, the creme de la creme. He the only one in there got a bodyguard. Walking around there. This was not the same guy I met who talked to Al Qaeda. We weren't in a big speak. We was in a conference room. Because I wanted them to have someone to talk to in the media when they wanted to tell their story. This 10, 15 years ago. Right? It's not the same guy. Ladies and gentlemen, that's now. It's different. It's different. And then we're going to get back to that. But I saw this morning, right before I came on the show. Because somebody was talking about, well, he can't play here. He can't play here. He can't play here. He can't play here. Yes, I just put that up on the screen. Chop Shop. That's some good basketball going October 26th. Yeah, that's soon. I just put it on the screen, didn't I? Let me put it on. Let me put it on the big screen. Hold on. Let me put it on the big screen next to me. Ladies and gentlemen, I saw this morning because people was talking about the NBA. They cutting this guy. They cutting this guy. They cutting this guy. Ladies and gentlemen, the big reason guys get stuck in the G League is that they don't understand. Listen to me. They don't understand the position they're trying out for. It's like going to a job interview, right? Thinking that you are going to be the CFO of the company and they are looking at you for the guy to clean the bathrooms. Let me repeat that, just in case you didn't know. Because some people just think it's easy to be in the NBA. Well, why is he getting cut? They ain't Golden State cut 2 players from Houston. They cut 2 players. Listen, the big reason people get stuck in the G League, people don't make it to the big show, is that they don't understand the position they're trying out for. It's like going to a job interview thinking you're going to be the CFO of the company, and they are looking at you they're looking for a guy to clean up the bathrooms. You got the King Sticks. That was just for you, King Sticks. And I hope you got it. But let me keep going. Because there's some stuff happening out here. LeBron has been Teflon for a while. Lou Will been calling him out on his second decision. Lou Will said, LeBron, you have these, you got kids these age. He said that's that man just texted me. I was thinking about you. The guy who just texted me, I was thinking about you when I was telling that story. These people don't understand. You understand because you've been there. Somebody just texted me that's been there before and they understand it. A lot of y'all just, it's all right. It's okay. So I'm trying to take you there if you just give me a chance. But you notice, Eric, when you on a show, I've seen people like you get heckled off a show. So if this your form of heckling, I'm just gonna ignore your heckles. But when you put something on there of substance, we can talk about it. But let me keep going because I was thinking about something. Lou Will said, LeBron, you have this age of kids waiting to hear your decision, and you inviting them to a Hennessy party. People, LeBron said he got a decision, 2.0. He come on TV screen. People thinking he gonna go here and might do something different. And he introducing some liquor. But I want to know, why does Stephen A. Smith continues to go on every platform and tell the world how much he hates LeBron James, how much he dislikes him, because LeBron checked him and then exposed him about questioning his fatherhood skills. I don't understand Melo, though. I don't understand Melo. You can't come on my platform and talk about my people. People talk, people say, you can't say nothing about Memphis, you can't say nothing about Penny. Dumbass. That's like my little brother. Duh. You can talk about him, but just not on this show. You think I'm going to bring somebody on this show so he can talk about my people who I talk to every other day? You got to be out your damn mind. That's why I don't understand. Maybe that relationship ain't right. You can't come on my platform and talk about my people. We got to get both of y'all on. Oh, whoa. Let me bring him on. Y'all got to talk this out. It's a lot of people in sports I don't like. It's a lot of people who work in sports I don't like. A lot of people in the summer basketball community I don't like. But I never talk about them publicly. It's some people in this basketball community, y'all, that I just don't like the way they move. but I don't talk about them publicly. I tell them to their face. This guy, Stephen A. Smith, has changed. I just don't understand going out your way to promote a negative narrative about people. I just ain't gonna do it on this show. And then he's super sensitive. He was mad when LeBron came on the Pat McAfee show. I was too. And I voiced it. But that's what LeBron wanted to do. That's what LeBron wanted to do. I wouldn't have went on Pat McAfee show. I would have went on a brother's show. Another brother, somebody else. I would have went on Mellows and them podcast. I would have went somewhere else. I wouldn't have went on. Now I wouldn't have did that. Is it because LeBron don't treat him like a big dog? See, y'all, Stephen A. Smith think y'all. I knew him then. I don't know who is this guy now. But LeBron don't treat him like a big dog. But it's his energy and how you carry yourself and how you treat people. How you treat people. When you try to cosplay like a big dog, you're trying to act, you're actor, you're being an actor. They done messed around and put you on General Hospital. You're playing a gangster on General Hospital. You're cosplaying, man. I'm wondering, a person who knew him, who flew him in and talked to my clients, this ain't the same guy. It's not the same guy. Me and my couple of guys who I formerly worked with, we was talking about this morning. We were sitting there talking about it. He told me some stuff that I forgot. Y'all, it's some stuff that I've done that I forgot. Hold on, let me turn this thing on. It's getting a little hot in here. The man was telling me about some stuff that I initiated and I forgot about it. And the only other man was there was him because he went on the trip for me to solidify it. It's crazy. It's a crazy story. I'll tell it one day. But I'm just thinking about this. Stephen A. People see through what you're doing, man. And you keep finding new ways to be the non-fictional character of this guy. Y'all remember this movie? Seemed like he finding new ways to be the non-fictional version of this guy right here. Just for my information, wait a minute. For my information, watch this. Y'all, this is why I love this show. This man said, just for your information, watch this. Stephen A. Smith went on the pivot and talked about his motivation towards LeBron. Per Stephen A lot of behind the scenes stuff out. So, and Joe Lewis, do you remember the character, how he acted in that movie? Eric Harris, this man just said, what that man just said? What that man just say? This man said, for our information. I'm not talking about the movie. I'm talking about the character. Mr. Bartholomew, the character. Stephen A. Smith went on the pivot. Watch this, y'all. Watch this, y'all. Watch it. Y'all got it. Watch this. And talked about his motivation towards LeBron. So, y'all, with some dudes came on this show and talked about me on my show, and I ain't talked about it. Don't tell me about what nobody motivates. You got the power to do whatever the hell you want to. There's a dude came on this show and spliced out certain things I said about him and sent them to everybody. And I could have came on here and chopped his ass up, but I didn't. So don't you tell me nothing about no size you taking. I'm talking about this black ass dude always coming on here and talking about these folks. And when that Venus wife, husband came up there, he said nothing. Then he come on later on the pivot and tell, well, I didn't know he was. Shut the hell up. Oh, you done made it? He said they made it safe and sound. Eric, I see what Harriet Tubman was talking about. She said, if I knew, if I could have saved a lot more of these Negroes if they didn't know they were slaves. Some of them dudes thought they were slaves. This man talking about what I'm missing. I'm covering the whole gambit because unlike y'all, I'm talking to some of the people who was in these situations. It's time for black men to stop being the foot soldiers. This is what I'm talking about, Eric Boeing. For white supremacy, stop attacking black women and standing up and fight against racism and injustice. These people are confronting the fact of a dictator regime. Eric Barnes, do you know that damn fool in the White House that did something that I thought nobody would ever do? This man that tore down the back of the White House. The White House supposed to be a national historic monument. This man that tore it down, talking about he's building a ballroom. And you think we got to go business? Well, Mr. Trump, can we talk to you, man? He put April Ryan up out of the meeting because she was asking him questions. She was talking nice. Get her out of the meeting. I don't want her being in the press corps. If you're not going to confront the system and fight the system, keep your mouth shut. That's all I'm saying. Hold on.
I just want to say, can we get some of these bojankety, tap dancing, ignorant brothers out here, black men, to stop attacking black women publicly, especially when they don't know what the F they're talking about? We need to be supporting each other. And if you're going to come at somebody, come at them with some real information. Stop going around criticizing black women because the shit is just ain't right.
Everybody saw the movie Django Unchained. Remember the name of the person who cared more about the love of the slave master than he did about the love of his people or the care for his people? His name was Stephen. And Stephen was somebody who was willing to sell out his fellow African enslaved people. So what I would say to the Stephens who are in our world today, understand that the master will never love you.
There are people that have taken the time to understand that I always keep at the forefront the people that elected me to DC. What you see, if you're not in my district, may not necessarily be all of the substance that also comes with me, but there is plenty of substance. And if anybody ever wanted to ask, just like anything else, I always have receipts for the work that I have done. So I will just say that I appreciate the community and the culture, because this is something that I never even had to address or deal with, because the community decided to speak up before I even knew what was happening. So I appreciate you. It does hurt, because it's like I expect more and better. And frankly, I am always down for a real conversation. I really am. I mean, but I haven't even experienced that type of stuff coming out of even black men on the other side of the aisle in Congress. They even have enough respect to say we disagree on this policy or whatever, and we'll go back and forth. But like, they have not tried to do what somebody else tried to do. So it's all good when you know that you're walking in the purpose that God has put on your life. I'm gonna keep doing me, and
Amen.
the world will continue.
I don't like play other play, but I had to play that. Come talk to me, Mr. Stephen A. Smith. Instead of getting on your little boot show and running your damn mouth, come talk to me, brother. You had a chance to talk LeBron. When LeBron came up to your little old soft ass and came up, Yaza Mr. LeBron, Yaza LeBron, and woke your little, hey, you had a chance to talk then. He had a chance to talk. Malcolm, on the way in Barcelona, Spain, he had a chance to talk. You got to be at your rabbit ass mind. That man said, if I bathe this, yo, this man, somebody said, play it again. No, I ain't gonna play it again. I ain't gonna play it again. I'm looking for something else. This is fun. This is fun. But you know what? But imagine having your homies ops on your show. Imagine. I'm having somebody on this show that don't like one of my partners. And I just put my head down and just say nothing when he starts slandering your homie back. Because neither one of us know the truth. We wasn't there. I got a question. Did Carmelo betray LeBron? I'm asking y'all. You can't come on this show talking about one of my partners. First of all, I'm not going to have your ass on the show. How about that? If you're beefing with my partner, guess what? You're beefing with me too. See, I know it's a lot of haters out here. Y'all be hating. But if you I tell them, somebody came up, this dude come up, how did they said this, they said this, they said this. I said, whoa. Lakeisha, I stopped him. I said, hold on, homeboy. If they said that about me to you, why they were so comfortable talking about me to you? Unless your ass was talking with him. And all the people that be around me, they know how I am. We was on the golf course one time. This dude came over. White dude. Started talking negative about my partner. He was on the other side of the green. I said, whoa, player. I said, what? I said, that's a friend of mine over there. And I'm finna go tell him what your ass just said. You're skinning, grinning his face, and you're over here talking about him. And my partner might be on the feed right now. And you're skinning and grinning, talking about him. No, you ain't gonna do it with me. You're not gonna do it. No, it's a family mentality to me. I don't know what you talking about gang mentality. I don't know nothing about no gangs. I never been in a gang, Mr. Bartholomew. I don't know what the hell you talking about. If you beeping with my partner, you're beeping with me too. One of my favorite things I ever told my sons and my daughters, my son and my daughter, I said, all your friends might not be mine, but every one of your enemies is mine. I didn't learn that from no gang. I learned that by living, Mr. Bartholomew. I don't know about no gang mentality. I've never heard, because I've never been in a gang before. Talking to a dude, I ain't had to be in no gang. So I don't know if you was in one. Maybe that's y'all mentality. Maybe y'all got that. So, hey, that's a good principle. A man said, I can kick that dog, but you can't. Nigga talking about gang mentality. How the hell you took what I said as gang mentality? I don't know what's going on in y'all homes out there, y'all. I ain't casting no judgment. But some of the stuff that y'all put on this screen tells me a whole lot. It leaves a whole lot to interpretation. That's all I'm gonna say. But let me keep going. I know Mello ain't hurting for no money. It's not like his podcast needed a Stephen A. Smith episode to boost no ratings. So what the F is this? Just come out and tell us today, man, I don't mess with LeBron no more. I'll feel better. You're supposed to be a brother of LeBron James. He saved your life while you were drowning. And you allowing this BAN on your platform to spew hate? Tell blatant lies? Everybody fake then in 2025. Think about it. Russell called him fake. That man said gang mentality. I still don't understand the gang mentality. You got to explain that first. But what if Melo knows something we don't know? Someone that, because Melo ain't never had no rep for being messy. You think that he allowed that with no reasoning? But then if that's the case, wouldn't Melo have distanced himself from LeBron a long time ago? They all were just together at the Hall of Fame ceremony. And I know Melo and Stephen A. been cool, but this just, maybe it's something we don't know. And I know a lot of us just don't know how to truly be neutral when you don't know both sides of the story, because I don't know. I don't know. This man, what time is it? Do y'all be over there smoking dope or drinking this time of day? This man said Melo on his show tries to keep the peace. I'm talking about not letting them. Bartholomew, are you listening to what I've been saying for the last damn hour? Y'all ain't got but a few more minutes, because I got a special guest coming on soon. Well, you don't bring Stephen A. Smith on the show, Bartholomew, and then not bring LeBron. Wow. Y'all, man, these mics. Some people just hear what the hell they want to hear. Melo, I just feel Melo has made too much money, got too much positions of power to have to sit there silently while this dude come on his show and lie about someone he calls his friend. Because I think some of that stuff Stephen A. Smith's lying about, I can't believe it's the truth. I don't believe him. Now you got a right. I didn't tell y'all not to believe him. Why y'all get mad? Listen, I haven't told neither one of y'all were wrong. I even told Ricky Scott. I don't know. I ain't say y'all was wrong. I just said I don't agree. Y'all act like when I don't agree with something, you get mad. Why don't you debate? Why don't you debate Stephen A. Smith? I sure would love to. Brandon Weefall said LeBron seemed like he does some sneaky stuff. You might be right. But I was thinking about, where did I put it? What Russell Westbrook was saying. Yo, we got a platform right here. All I'm saying is, you ain't finna come on here. Unless matter of fact, I don't let nobody come on here and talk about nobody. So I guess it ain't fair to use me. But LeBron and this, now Russell Westbrook reportedly grew tired of LeBron's fake behavior during his time in LA. That's why he wanted out of there. He said, I hate the fake stuff. I just can't do it. He said, LeBron quietly pushed for a reunion of Kyrie Irving, a move that would require trading Westbrook, but publicly denied it. He said, this Westbrook, he said, LeBron said, let Russ be Russ in the interviews, but actually didn't support him behind the scenes. They said during a Lakers team event where Will Smith came to speak, and they was waiting on him to come in, LeBron and AD suddenly walk out. Just to my man, I ain't sitting around for this. They walked out the room. Minutes later, they returned acting all friendly and asking all the damn questions of Will Smith. He said LeBron dominated the talk, asking questions and quoting movie lines and just talking and talking and talking and talking. But he was, man, I ain't waiting on no kid because this was after the slap. So him and hold on, LeBron left first and then AD followed right behind his ass. Then Russ Brooks said, watching in disbelief, he told a teammate, I hate that fake stuff. I just can't do it. Russ Brooks saw several examples of LeBron misrepresenting himself, like claiming The Godfather was his favorite movie, but not knowing one single line. Shit, I could give you 1,000,000 lines in The Godfather. Michael told that girl, you know my father? See, hold on. You know who my father is? The woman in the hospital. Because he came to the hospital. Michael Corleone came to the hospital. Young Michael Corleone, the young guy, he wasn't no gangster. He was just a young, a returning war hero. He walked in to see his dad in the hospital, and no guards on the front door. And he said, damn, ain't no guards on the front door. He went up there and found his father. Then the nurse come in and said, you got to get out of here. Police ran everybody out of here. He said, do you know who my father is? Do you know who he is? It's some men that's coming here to kill him. I need you to help me move him. You got to know the book. You got to be to watch that movie 1,000,000 times to know that line right there. Then him and the girl, him and the nurse moved his daddy into another room. And then all of a sudden, a young dude that he helped a long time ago came up there. He told Mike, said, meet me outside. So they come outside. So Mike and the guy pulled their hoods up, he said, put your hands in the pocket. Put your hands in your pocket. To play like you got a gun. And then the goons came by to come in and kill him, and they passed on by. Because guess what? It looked like he had some backup in there. Dude, that's kind of stuff right there. And LeBron couldn't give the man. The Baker, yeah. Enzo, the Baker. Look at you. I love you, Chuck McGowan. Chuck McGowan. Then Westbrook said, oh, he carrying the autobiography. He said LeBron be carrying the autobiography of Malcolm X to interviews without being able to discuss it. I told y'all that's the first book I ever read in my life from cover to cover that I didn't have to in school. Just a man, I'm gonna get this book and read it. And he even said he predicted that Kobe was gonna have the 81-point game. He said Russ said these moments made him view LeBron as authentic, inauthentic. And I don't know the truth. I'm just, this is out there. Just out there. I just don't, me personally, I don't like it. I don't like it. I really don't like it. I don't like these guys going at each other. I just don't. I was looking at the Rockets. They play tonight. The Rockets starting lineup gonna be Amin Thompson, Kevin Durant, Jabari Smith, Sengun, Steven Adams. Y'all, do y'all know how tall that lineup is, man? I should have wrote it down. I should have wrote it down. Y'all, they're 6'7", 6'11", 6'11", 6'11", 6'11". 6'11", 6'7", 6'11". But I looked at some, y'all. And I don't know how Emmy gonna do it, right? 6'7", and you talking about your and King Six talking about some little old 5'10" people. Kevin Durant don't like to be listed at 7 foot. Yo. And you coming up here talking about my son playing in the NBA. Coach Atlas. Coach Atlas, where was you at in the beginning of the show? Because I want you to take this to your kids, Coach. I got one for you, Coach. I got a quote for you, Coach. Here you go, Coach. Again, this is just for you, Coach. Like guys in the G League, right? They get stuck and stay in the G League. You can use this in any realm. You can look high school back, JV. You can the JV. You can use it in any realm you want to. The big reason guys get stuck in the G League is that they don't understand the position they're trying out for. It's like going to a job interview. You're trying to go in there and be the CFO of a company. And they looking for a guy to clean the bathrooms. Coach, thank me later. Hit me, text me, said, man, thank you for that one. Coach, I gave you a good one, Coach. Coach. They ain't looking for, look, Reed Shepard still ain't starting. He was the number 3 pick, 3 pick last year and a half ago. Last year. It don't matter. Where else I was going? Let me see who else I wanted to talk about. Y'all, and as long as we headed towards insanity, why don't we at least let NBA teams draft players and then leave them in college like the NHL do? Y'all, maybe it's time for post-sports summit between the NBA and NCAA. You got another G League guy, Landon Johnson, has committed to Louisville. A source says 21-year-old Floyd General spent last season with G League and the main red clause in the Cleveland charge, he expected to have 2 years of eligibility remaining. If the G League and the college becomes a thing, plus the Euros can come on here. Fringe high school prospects going to get financial advisors and HVAC. They're going to be financial advisors and HVAC repairmen. The way they're going. If you're a fringe high school player, you got to go to JUCO, got to grind 2 years, and you'll never take anything for granted. Enter college freshly with an associate degree while carrying the experience these programs look for. I was looking at the mid-majors, the NIA, the D2, about to be competitive as hell as a farm system for these Power Fives. Yo, I'm just thinking about it. Maybe they need to scrap the whole system. Just make yourself, And ladies and gentlemen, I didn't mean to downplay it, but I did want to recap because the Dodgers going to play the Toronto Blue Jays. I want to recap what Ohtani did the other night. I didn't say nothing's wrong with an HVAC worker. Mr. Garcia, I didn't say it. Ain't nothing wrong with a financial advisor. Nobody said that. But you go ask them kids what they thinking about doing. I don't know what they're like. The next time you be around a high school player, next time you be around a high school athlete, student like basketball player, Mr. Garcia, since you want to put that comment up there, I'm finna address it. Ask him what he want to do. The high school basketball. Ask him what's his plan, what his dreams, and what he is. Ain't no damn HVAC worker. So let me get back to what I was saying, putting them slick ass comments up there. To recap Ohtani's the night he had the other night. He's the first leadoff home run. The first leadoff home run by a pitcher in Major League Baseball history. First postseason multi-home run game by a pitcher. First game in Major League Baseball history with 3 runs and 10 strikeouts. First player ever. 3 home runs and 10 strikeouts. So that means you had to be a pitcher and a hell of a hitter at the same time. First player with 2 116 miles an hour home runs in a game under StatCast. StatCast hadn't been in existence since 2015. First player with 2 career games with 2+ homers and 10+ strikeouts. So hey, yo, I'm gonna tell you what that's like. Since some of y'all just, everybody ain't versed in baseball. That's like he threw for 300 yards. He's a quarterback. He threw for 300 yards, right? Had 3 touchdowns. While having 2 sacks. When switched and played defense, had 2 sacks and a forced fumble and a pick 6. All that information, I wanted to parallel it to football. Since some of y'all understand what football, hold up, y'all. This the equivalent of him having 300 yards throwing, 3 TDs, went on the other side of the ball and got 2 sacks, a forced fumble, and a pick 6. So one thing about the Dodgers, they pay their players. They pay. And players notice. this cheap ass a franchise here don't want to pay. Houston Astros, what I tell y'all don't like about them, they don't like to pay. They don't like to pay. Right well. Red Sox wouldn't play Mookie Betts. The Dodgers traded for him and paid him. The Braves chose Matt Olson over Freddie Freeman. The Dodgers paid Freddie Freeman. The Angels let, Ohtani walk, and he chose LA. The Rays, they wouldn't play, what's the kid name? What's the guy name? Glasnow. The Rays wouldn't play Glasnow. The Dodgers traded for him and paid him. What's the other kid? These are funny names. What's his name? Yamamoto. Signed on to play with Ohtani. What's his name? Snell is chasing a ring. He joined the Dodgers. What's his name now? Sasaki. Picked them for the culture and innovation. These Dodgers is good, man. The Dodgers don't just spin, they attract. I know Jimmy want to be in. The Dodgers just don't spin. The Yankees dropped over $1 billion on Judge, Stanton, and Cole. My boy Cole. Gary Cole, right? The Padres, I don't like the Padres. I just like to play on Padres. The Padres dropped almost $1 billion on, what his name? Mercado. And my boy Tatis, I don't blame him for getting that money. And what his name? Xander Bogaerts, whatever his damn name is, Bogart. Both had poor return on investments. The Dodgers aren't ruining baseball, Jimmy. They just investing wisely, Jimmy. Hold up. Rodwell, what'd you tell me? What'd you say yesterday? Rodwell said, the Dodgers invested heavily in Shohei Ohtani, right? They gave him $700 million, y'all, in 10 years to be exact. That investment paid off real quick, they told me. Hold on, this is what they told me. According to the former reporter, Joanne Lee, the Dodgers already made $700 million back off Sohani in his first year with the team. Ticket sales, merchandise, marketing deals overseas, you name it, the Dodgers got it. When you have a top player playing in a top market, everybody get paid top dollars. The players happy, the owners happy, the league is happy. These cheap, and then I see Springer, the Springer who used to be hanging out with Justice Winslow. The Springer, Jimmy called him Springer. The man name is Springer, but Jimmy called him Springer. Jimmy used to love Springer. And they wouldn't pay Springer. Oh, Jimmy, entered the other day, only 12 hitters has ever had 3 home runs. Jim, you weren't here, Jim. You know what they told me? All this stuff that Ohtani did the other day, I ran off all this stuff he did in that game, in that series. Jim, they said that last game, it was like, if you was in football, you throwing for 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, while having 2 sacks, a forced fumble, and a pick 6 in the game. That's how good that boy was. And the Angels didn't want to pay him. But Jimmy, welcome to the show. Hey, I know you said, this Negro talking about baseball. No, I'm talking about Ohtani. I'm talking about Mookie. I'm talking about Rod Wells. I'm talking about From Memphis with Love. What's up, Jumbo?
In case you haven't gotten the memo, the World Series don't start until Friday. Dodgers have not won.
I wasn't talking about the World Series.
I'm just saying they have not won anything yet. So understand,
Jimmy. A pennant is a good thing.
Oh man, that ain't what they put the team together for. That is not what they put the team together
I know.
for. No,
But Jimmy, what about
not,
the other
not
two
that
dudes?
team?
What about the Yankees and that other team that paid all that money?
Well, that's the whole thing.
Got a bill on the book.
The Yankees have been doing it. for years, for decades. So they were the measuring stick. The Dodgers just played the little game of get like me and got with them, and they dropped it like it was hot over and over and over again. Now, guess what? Let me tell you something. Ain't but one game differential in the standings separate these teams for as their record in the regular season. That means there's no sleeper here. That these are two of the top teams in baseball. Last night's game, I watched the baseball and then switched over to football during the commercial and then come right on back because the Texans was just so horrible.
I had all of them playing at the same time, Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy, the Texans, y'all can have that damn quarterback.
Say, man,
Y'all
let me
can
tell you
have him.
something. Let me tell you something. When he's going to get benched before the year, if they do, they find themselves on the outside looking, they lose to Frisco next week, who's Frisco is a favorite. Then they come back and lose that next one. They're going to bench this dude, and when they bench him, he's going to be just like Hot Wing. I mean, Crab Leg. He's going to be like Crab Leg. He's going to go from first to third string. I'm just telling you, he's going to be when they bench him, because here's the thing. He did everything right except for win games. He stayed. He didn't get in no trouble. He hadn't been in no scandals in Houston. He walked around. He did a lot of the endorsement stuff. He took care of his commitments off the court. But you got to win, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to win. So
Jim,
he's going.
I got something for you, Jim. I got something just for you. Blue Jays, Padres, OJs, Dodgers in 5.
That nigga said OJ's.
Dodgers in 5. That was Rod Wills. That's Rod Wills, Jim. I didn't get John Rod Wills that credit. Old Rod. That's old Rod.
Okay, now I'm just telling you now. Understand.
Coach.
Understand. You cannot discount these Toronto Blue Jays team. You can't.
I didn't discount them.
These dudes are playing. These dudes are hitting that ball when it counts. They ought to come. Remember, if any city knows about comebacks, it's H-Town. So sitting over from this perch watching that thing, these guys were down 0-2, then went over to Seattle and won a couple. Came back home down 3-2. Seattle, it was an elimination game for Seattle in game 6. Blue Jays came through with that big home run by Springer in that 8th inning. I mean, unbelievable the way these guys are playing. Guerrero, he's turning into his endorsements are about to shoot through the roof. You can just tell how they're marketing him right now. He's saying all the right things. He's connecting, and that English going to get better. They're going to put him in some classes over the offseason. Understand? Did you hear Springer talk last night? For y'all that don't know, 2 facts about Springer. Number one, in case you didn't know, he's black. He has mixed parents.
Yeah.
And number 2, when he was with Houston, he studied like that boxer on Harlem Nights.
Oh, he's a lot better now.
He's a lot better now.
Yeah.
He didn't stutter last. In case y'all didn't know, that's why you never heard him talk a lot. They put the microphone. They finally got the Houston media to not run up to him with the microphones so much in order to preserve him from embarrassment. He had a speech impairment, and he stuttered a whole lot. You know, like remember that taxi? Remember that? That was old Springer. But man, these dudes are playing great ball. The pitching, they're getting clutch pitching from their guys. And guess what? One thing a lot I noticed, that manager ain't afraid to play small ball. That's one of the things that I believe in baseball. If there's a runner on first and second with no outs, you bunt those guys over, take that out, and that way now you go with it. They're not afraid to play small ball. Some people, when it come down to championship baseball, you got to sacrifice for the team. Damn, your average don't mean nothing.
But most good teams I see play like that. I've seen some good teams. Most good teams play like that. But now if you got some badass hitters like Freddie Freeman, I'm not finna let Freddie Freeman butt that motherfucker. I'm letting Freddie Freeman hit.
Hey, man. Hey, let me tell you something. That's the whole part of it. How the bunt is the element of surprise.
Freddie Freeman hit me a single.
That's the whole thing. So I mean, the defense is gonna be playing him at the dirt. They're not going to be playing him up close. They're going to be playing him at the dirt. So that means now the best time to get the bunt. Remember, in batting average, if you bunt a guy over, it's called a sacrifice. Just like hitting a pop fly to the outfield and they tag up. A sacrifice does not count against your batting average. So in case you guys didn't know that, in baseball, any sacrifice does not count against your batting average. They'll call it a fielder's choice, or when they on the scorecards or whatnot. So that means you doing this for the team. And I'm gonna tell you, hey, it's gonna be some chess being played in this World Series. Blue Jays, they're up. And the thing about it, hey man, beating on the Dodgers, it mattered. I thought, for most people, but it don't matter what the record is against the Dodgers because the Milwaukee Brewers had beat the Dodgers 6 straight times in the regular season and got swept. So you can throw all it out the window. I'm not going to put it in front of you guys. I'm just saying, let's get it on Friday night. They're going to play Friday, Saturday. They're not going against Sunday Night Football. They'll play Friday, Saturday, then come back on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, travel day Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday is if they have to finish it up. And so that's what I'm looking for, a good series. I'm hoping this thing can go at least 6 games. Last year, didn't make it but 5 games out. And the Dodgers are heavy betting the money favorites. They were the favorite entering this season. They're the defending champions, taking nothing away from them. They're playing great baseball. They have various ways they can beat you. And then the last time we all heard or seen them play, it was a game for where Shohei Ohtani put in the record books. So, we don't know what to say. We'll see if they can back it up, and let's see it. So that's the thing on regarding that. Now, of course, major NBA starts tonight. Houston Rockets, OKC Thunder, they getting it on. The Lakers and the Golden State Warriors will follow that game. I think, of course, NBA got to take one on the chin because there's no LeBron James in this Laker game. So a lot of people,
them folk got Luka, man. They ain't thinking about LeBron right now.
I don't think that, but I don't think they NBA did a great enough job in this post leading into this game tonight of marketing Luka, as this matchup because it's 1 versus 3. You're right. Jimmy Butler is back tonight. He's expected to play. You got Tito Horford. What his name? Al Horford makes his debut with the Warriors tonight. Of course, you have Curry and Kuminga and all those boys. But at the same time, we'll see how this goes. But we have something special for you guys to talking basketball. Don't forget this weekend, I mentioned to you that the Texans played the 49ers 12 noon on Sunday. Mm-hmm. But then afterwards, at 4 o'clock, I think, that's Texas A&M is playing Arizona State. And then University of Houston is playing Mississippi State. A double header.
Doors open at 3. Doors open at 3. Yeah, the doors open at 3. So it's 4 o'clock. You're right.
Yes, that's and that is, of course, the preview, of course, the college basketball exhibition. These are exhibition games, but trust me, they're not going to be sitting there running down. There's no shirt and skin. They're going to be trying to get a piece of each other because every time a lot of these college guys play, they know that NBA scouts are sitting there while they audition their talents.
And Jimmy, it's history in these games. Jimmy, don't Sean Jones still play?
Mississippi State.
State.
From H-Town.
From H-Town. And Arizona State, the last time they came in here, last time they came to Houston, TSU sent them out of here with a loss.
You're upset, but they have Cash Polk from Argyle, Texas, and he played grassroots basketball in one of the programs in Houston. And Cash Polk is a freshman, so on that team. And of course, Texas A&M, this to put up a shut up year for my little fella, Chris McDermott. Just Chris McDermott. Remember,
Jimmy, this is second. Come on, Jimmy. Jimmy, come on now.
Come on, man. Number one player.
What
number one
mean,
player
put up a shot.
Number one player don't sit 2 years. This is understand now. Number one player don't sit 2 years. We give you that first
guess
year.
in, man.
Yeah, we can. We can. And of course, U of H is U of H. That's gonna be going down. But we got somebody to talk with this thing about it with us, and we have none other than man, you come on there cozy and everything. Look at
it's coming, Rossi. Don't worry about it. It's coming. It's coming, baby. It's coming. It's coming. Talk to me. It's gonna clear up in a second.
That's
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you good.
What's up, Jimmy? What's up, Hatter?
We good,
Man, I
baby.
see
We good.
I say you got it cozy up in there, man. You got the fireplace
Hey,
burning and
man.
everything.
Hey,
Say,
man, we living the good life over here, man.
tell us a little bit about this matchup and how did this come about?
The preview college basketball exhibition this Sunday, October 26th. It's really just a great opportunity for the players to put on uniforms and to compete against somebody else. You know, they've been working all off season trying to prepare for the upcoming season. So just a great opportunity for them, man. I'm excited about it. Playing in front of fans, putting on those uniforms for the first time. It's going to be a big time environment for sure.
And
Yeah.
and of course, now we're talking about the preview. That's the college basketball exhibition doubleheader this Sunday. And at the Smart, well, not the Smart Financial Center, at the
Fort Bend Epicenter.
at the
Yeah, that new
the
facility
Fort Bend
out there.
Epicenter.
Fort Bend
Nice.
Epicenter. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice too. Yeah,
It's
it's nice.
describe that facility.
It's nice.
Huh? What'd you say, Jimmy?
So
Describe the ambiance of that facility.
Okay.
So what I really like about the facility, it almost reminds me of the college version of the Campbell Center. So it's a really intimate facility. There are no bad seats in the house. You know, most of the sideline seats are sold out, and the courtside seats. We're going to open up another 20, another row of 20 on the courtside tomorrow morning. So, but it's a great arena, man. No bad seats, and again, for high school and middle school athletes in this city that aspire to play at the next level, and they have the AAU coach calling A&M in Houston, you know, begging them for an offer. It's just a great opportunity to see up close and personal, like how high level, you know, Power Four conference basketball is. And as obviously that the transfer portal has changed so much. You used to be able to get on the court at 18 years old. So now when you get up close in person, you're going to see it's going to be 23, 24, 25-year-old dudes out there playing. So I think for anybody who's an aspiring college basketball athlete in the city of Houston, you should be there to see it up close in person, to see what it looks like at the next level now in this era.
I got a question for you. Why these 4 teams?
Anytime I put together an event, I always try to start regionally.
Okay.
And, you know, when you think about this region, University of Houston, obviously, you know, preseason number 1, number 2 in the country, depending on who you ask. And then Texas A&M right up the road, you know, 60 minutes. I think that's a great start. And then just trying to build around that. So, you know, anytime you're trying to find teams to play University of Houston, honestly, it's tough, man. University of Houston, like the boogeyman, like teams be ducking U of H, man. They ducking it, and everybody talks in the locker room on the press conference about how we'll play anybody, anytime, anywhere. That's not the case. That's not the case. Jimmy, just like when you be putting together the icebreaker and you be calling a team, you say, hey man, you want to play such and such on the main court? They be like, nah, we good. We haven't had no practices yet.
We ain't got a whole team. Yeah, we ain't got a whole team.
Yeah.
We without so and so. Yeah, but you'll play anybody.
Yeah.
Now,
the
speaking of playing,
college teams do the same thing.
Speaking of playing, have you been to see any of the practices for University of Houston? Or?
I have seen a preseason workout, but I have not seen any of the official practices. So it's going to be the first time. I'm actually excited to see it too. It's going to be my first time really seeing those teams, and I'm interested to see A&M, new staff, new program, new roster. I'm interested to see how they take off this year. And
that's right.
Yeah, it's a new
Buzz ain't
group
there no more. That's right.
No.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm interested to see them, and I like Coach Bucky's style of play. I know they're gonna shoot a lot of threes. They're gonna get up and run and press. So I think it's gonna be an exciting brand of basketball. But I'm interested in seeing. But you know, shout out to Mississippi State for taking on the challenge to come to Houston to prepare themselves. Because like I said, that you know when I've called people about playing Houston, they'll hang up the phone on you quick.
Yeah.
So shout out to Mississippi State.
You have to be when you play U of H. You got to have a little recovery time, man. Because I'm serious. I've been like you, Jimmy was talking. I've been in the practice. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all, I'm on the sideline and I almost got sent to the hospital sometime. I mean, Jimmy, they extend the plays to out of bounds. Ain't no out of bounds in there. So
it's no out of bounds. So
it's a unique man, but I'm so proud. I know this is a charitable component I saw to the event. It'd be rooted in service and inspiring and participating student athletes to use their talent, their notoriety, and influence to affect the lives of kids in the local community. You don't want to miss this event, ladies and gentlemen. And Rossi, I put it up on the screen. Several people were asking me, how much are the tickets? It's a range. I want to let you, I saw the range on the website, but I'm going to let from the horse's mouth. What are the ranges for the tickets you can buy?
Yeah, so it's family friendly, man. I think our lowest tickets are $20, maybe $15
Yes, I
with a
saw that.
group ticket code is $15, and they go up to about $150 or so for the VIP courtside access. So there's no excuse for everybody can get in there. And if you
Okay.
can't afford a $15 ticket,
Yeah.
shoot me a message. I'll make sure that you can get in the building.
See
I
that?
don't.
Hey, y'all heard that, didn't you? Rossi, I got
I
a
d-
question. Since you're on the Chop Shop today, what can we do? You know, like on the radio, we used to have giveaways. What can somebody do? Jimmy, what's a question somebody can ask? We can get a call in number. Somebody got to do something to get a ticket or two to come to the game tonight. So have people talking about it. What do you think about that, Jimmy? What's a good one? Rossi, what do you think about that?
if you guys come up with something, I got two sideline seats I can give away to somebody if they come up with the answer,
Wow.
whatever y'all come up with.
Wow. Jimmy, how we gonna do it, Jimmy? Well, Jimmy, let's think about it. Let's think about it. Because the
We're
game
gonna
is
think
on
about it, but
Sunday.
I want
So we
something they
got this
can't
whole
just
week. We
Google.
got the
That
rest of the week
AI,
to talk
that
about it.
AI bad joker. We want something that just can't just Google that easy.
Jim,
We
it
want
need to be something from like history of Houston grassroots basketball. I need to be something
oh, I
like that.
like
Okay.
that. I
Okay.
like that.
Okay.
Something such as
No, Jimmy, we ain't gonna Jimmy. We got to Jimmy. We gonna talk about this all with Rossi. You might be off. We gonna talk about this for the rest of the week. I'm just letting you know that.
we give them away on Thursday.
We're
Give
giving
them away
them
on
away on
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah,
We want to talk about this for the rest of
yep,
the week.
Give them away
that'd be
on
good.
Thursday.
Yep. So I'll have some lower level sideline tickets for somebody,
Say no more.
a pair of
Say no
tickets
more.
if you have something. And if anybody, again, the tickets are $15. If there's
No,
anybody
I
out there
want them to pay.
that can't
Rossi, I know you being nice. Y'all, we finna support. This is a charitable. This the Chop Shop. This the Boom Boom Room. We gonna support. Now, if he give you something, it's okay. But let's tell a friend. Matter of fact, we need to be texting, tagging, telling somebody right now. This man that brought Arizona State and Texas A&M. They gonna play at 4. Right after that game, Mississippi State and the University of Houston, the number 2 team in the country, you get to play, see them play. Let me tell you something, Rossi. We want to support you on this show, and them guys we want to support you. Now, if you get something, he give you a complimentary pass, okay, but you make sure you getting somebody else to come. Is that okay? Y'all
I love
follow me?
that.
This is how we do on the Boom Boom Room. But what else you got, Jim?
Now, Rossi, so people understand, this is what they call an exhibition, guys.
Yes.
Rossi, what's the difference on it? Are there any differences in an exhibition and a regular season game? Explain to us so people know what they're coming to see.
So typically, most teams will have up to 2 exhibition games that they can play, which are like preseason games. And most teams will do one closed scrimmage just to prepare themselves, and then one exhibition where they play in front of fans. But the great thing about it is, they get to get out there, get the cobwebs out, get the nervousness out, and kind of bond and gel. And the coaches get to see just what their roster can do, but it doesn't count against their record. So again, most teams will play one scrimmage and one exhibition, or 2 scrimmages or 2 exhibition games. But this game, because of the level of the opponents, it's gonna feel like like a real game, and it's gonna be a good atmosphere. It's gonna be it's gonna be nice in there. It's gonna be nice, and I'm looking forward to it. And I'll be sitting courtside.
There you go.
Jimmy,
I like that.
Now,
Jimmy, I think you have some courtside seats too, if I'm not
I don't
mistaken.
know, man. I don't know what I got. I just know I'm gonna be there supporting the event. I got to go over to the Texans, see my first Texans game on Sunday, then dashing straight
What's
on
their
over there.
record over there? What's the
I
Texans
don't know.
record?
It ain't good. I know 49ers are in town, so that's the draw and the
That's the draw.
attraction.
Okay.
Because the 49ers roll deep. They're one of the deepest rolling teams in the NFL as far as rolling city to city. So that's the thing. Now, speaking, of course, Rossi, for those that don't know you, you're from Texas. You're from Port Arthur. You're from the Trill. And then tell them about why they call it the trios. They got people watching from all over. They don't know what's going on. That's the home of Bun B, Pimp C, and Steven Jackson, and all those guys. Tell us a little bit about Port Arthur.
You know, I was born and raised in Port in Port Arthur, man. It's an interesting place. It's one of those places, man, that no matter how people advance in life, man, they always represent Port Arthur. And it was good to me. It shaped me and molded me into who I am today. Shout out to Coach James Gamble, Coach Andre Butte, my high school basketball coaches over there, little Port Arthur Lincoln. Antoine, I met Rossi at Episcopal.
Yeah, I'm glad you can see it, Rossi.
You know how many times Rossi has been to Episcopal, Antoine? You got to
you go, Rossi. You know what? This is what we can talk about. Rossi, think about this. Didn't you play in the summer basketball arena in this city? You grew up playing in this, and you played grassroots basketball. Who did you play grassroots basketball for?
So interestingly enough, like when I'm a little older than I look, man. So when I was playing grassroots basketball wasn't a big thing at the time. Jim Hicks hadn't really
Oh,
really
that's
launched
right.
his
You before
platform yet.
No, we
Yeah,
don't
so
say you look young. We just no, I'm messing with you. Come on.
Listen, you got eyes, man. Listen, but anyway, yeah, I never played summer basketball. We played pickup ball in the rec center, and we played open gym with Coach Butte, man, in that hot gym with no air conditioning. So that's kind of how we learned how to play.
But
We
hold
didn't
up.
do the summer basketball.
You didn't play, but you sure participated in a big way. Several years
Yeah,
you participated, being a
long
director
time ago.
of a
Yep.
no, I'm talking about being a director of a program that was a formidable program that had some pretty good players. One of them players I know that is in NBA right now. Might have more.
Yeah, that was in another chapter. Yep, I was the director of Basketball University, grassroots basketball program. Shout out to Teddy Wheeler,
Yeah.
who's still doing grassroots basketball at a high level. But yeah, those days were great days, and a lot of the relationships that I have now in the basketball space were because of my time in grassroots basketball, whether it's with college coaches or AAU directors across the city of Houston. So 15 years in grassroots, 2004 to 2019, and had a great run and really enjoyed my time in grassroots.
Will the games be on TV?
And
Say that question again.
Will the games be on TV? Somebody asked
Nope.
the question.
Nope. You got to be in the building to see
There
it.
you go.
And so exhibitions, people typically will stream exhibition games, and we intentionally did not stream it because we want people to be in attendance. And again, like, this is a great opportunity to see the University of Houston, and we have another event November the 16th in Birmingham, Alabama.
I saw that.
RX Benefits Battleground 2K25. That's Houston versus Auburn. And that game will be on ESPN1, and that game is already sold out. And we actually have a giveaway now that if you buy 2 tickets to the preview, and then you go to usportsent.com/win, you can win a pair of courtside seats, 2 flights, and hotel stay to the RX Benefits event
that's
in
good.
Birmingham. So yep. So again, if you buy 2 tickets to the preview, which is this weekend, and then you go to usportsent.com/win, you can win all expense 2 courtside seats, 2 flights, and hotel stay for the Houston versus Auburn game, which will be on ESPN1 Sunday, November the 16th in Birmingham, Alabama.
Wow. That's nice. That's nice. I like that. That's great. What you got, Jay?
Yep. So this one is not streamed because I want you to be in attendance.
No, that's good. I love that. Thank you. That's a lot better. You have to be that experience this time. That's good.
You got to be that experience. And again, I come from the grassroots space, and one of the things that made us really good at grassroots was giving our players the tools and resources that they needed to be prepared. And one of the things we always emphasize to our players is that you need to go to college practices and that you need to go to college games. And you would be surprised how many parents and kids say, hey, man, I want my kids to play at the next level, and never go to games, never go to college games, never go to college practices. And they assume that, because they've seen something on TV, little Johnny can play at that level, and he can't. And the best way to realize that is to get to the arena and to really see it up close. To see that if you're a point guard, and great example, Houston and the Mississippi State game, Albert and Milos Uzin are both preseason All-American point guards. So you'll get to see two All-American point guards going head to head. So when you get there and you see that the point guard is 6'4", 210 pounds, and your son is 5'7", 130 pounds, and you thinking he gonna play at Houston or he gonna play at A&M or he gonna play at Mississippi State, you're gonna see how good he really has to be to play at that level. So I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Have we reached out to I know you probably have, and I want to reach out to all the summer basketball people, summer basketball, high school basketball coaches, middle school coaches, everybody. Tell a friend, tell another friend. It's on a Sunday. This is a great opportunity to get your kids in there to see this type. We probably won't have this type. No, we won't have this type of thing in this city for the rest of the
This
year.
year.
So,
Yep. Nope.
this is it. So you can keep going. I just want to throw that call out there because we always. You're right. They always talk about my son going D1. Have you and your son ever went to a D1 game? And
No, they haven't.
you gonna see the number 2 team. Man, it's gonna be a rock'em sock'em roll. Hey, that's gonna be a street fight. That second game, man.
Yeah, no, 100%. And again, it's two preseason All-American point guards going head to head. Both of them are first team All Conference. So again, you're getting a chance to see the best of the best. And it'll be their first time, putting on that uniform and playing in front of fans. So I'm looking forward to it. One thing I want to add, there's a community element to this, and all of my background is grassroots basketball. So in every event we do, every team that participates in our event, when they come to town, whether it's in Birmingham or whether it's in Houston, we have an event in New Orleans, we have one in Dallas. The participating teams has to participate in our community service activities. So each of the 4 teams will be with us on Saturday. And that portion of it will be closed. But each of those teams will have time to spend with a few different community organizations here locally. They'll be, talking about their experiences as student athletes. We do everything from, Q&A sessions, mock press conferences, dance contests, we do some stuff on the court. So it's just a great experience for those kids, student athletes who are making, hundreds of thousands of dollars to be able to come into the city and to give back and to connect with youth who are looking for an opportunity to be in that type of environment. So we're really proud of the community element with all of our sporting events.
Now we have a couple of questions. I think some of the viewers on the Chop Shop have extended over to Rossi Karen. That's live with us on the Chop Shop, talking about the preview. Of course, it's college basketball exhibition this Sunday over at the Epicenter. That's the new facility when you're going past Sugarland on 59 South. It'll be on you past the Smart Financial Center, right? And it's right past the Smart Financial Center, or maybe an exit or two on that same side of the freeway.
Correct.
This is a doubleheader, men's college basketball. You have Texas A&M playing against Arizona State, followed by Mississippi State and University of Houston. So that is Sunday after the Houston Texans have completed their football game against San Francisco 49ers. Now, one of the questions somebody asked is, what made you steer towards this college basketball arena instead of staying in the grassroots sector, as most people? I call it the Roach Motel. It's easy to get in, hard to get out.
Roach Motel. I thought that I had accomplished all that I could accomplish in that space. I was in it for 15 years. I would say that we were, one of the top programs in this region of the country. And we put over 100 kids in Division I. So at that point, I felt like I had maximized my potential in that space, and it was just time for another chapter. And with the relationships that I built when I was in grassroots, it allowed me to transition to do what I'm doing now, and I'm enjoying it. I get to stay involved with sports. I get to, obviously be involved with high level athletes and high level programs, and it's rewarding to be able to sit at a game and kind of see those teams participate at a high level in an event that you put together. So it just was time, and I had done all I could do in grassroots basketball.
And of course, when you were in grassroots basketball, you got a chance to see many high level players, many nationally ranked players played up under your umbrella, and the recruiting dealing with a lot of the college coaches and whatnot. Here's a question now. What advice do you have towards grassroots proponents that are watching right now? And everybody thinks that their player is the next one. Everybody thinks that the 8 guys Division One prospect. What this is the time right now we can just if we could just clean the table off and let's eat on some intel about that side of the fence.
What advice would I give to a parent or prospective student athlete who's looking to play at the next level?
Yeah, the coaches and whatnot, because they're the one that's coming and going. Everybody think they has a player that's there, and you don't realize it, and they mad at the establishment because other people you audition in front of these people with your talents, and these people don't think that you're good enough as a player, and that gets frustrating. And people think everybody's hating on their kid. And truth be told, they don't realize there's a lot of other kids in other gyms and other cities that are playing at the same time. And like I said, so what, if any, advice do you have for those?
I think if you're leading a grassroots basketball program, I would say the most important thing is to educate yourself. Is to have a perspective on what the next level look like at each of the levels. So I think what gets a lot of grassroots guys in trouble is they'll have a really good player, and then they'll automatically say, "Hey, this is the best kid. He top 10 in the country, or he's he should be playing at the high major level." But again, they haven't seen the other players in the country. So you got to travel the country to educate yourself so that you have a firm grasp on when you see a player that you know that his physical attributes align with what would be perceived as a top 10, top 20, top 25 player in the country. You got to go to college practices. You should go to HBU practice. You should go to Rice practice. You should go to TSU practice. You should go to University of Houston practice, because each of those 4 tiers offers something different. And each of those 4 coaches at that level are looking for something different. So you got to know when I see a player, right? I got to know based on his attributes, his skill set, his grit, his toughness, all of those things, that he fits this level, and that you don't oversell a player that should be playing at low major and you overselling them as a high major player. Because what it does is it ruins, it waters down your word. And one of the things I thought we were really good about is because we had perspective on those things. When I called the coach and said, "Hey, Texas A&M or Houston, whoever, I have a high major player for you," that they can trust that I had the perspective and the knowledge on what a high major player looked like that would fit their program. So I would say educate yourself, travel, see players all over the country, because Houston is not the only city that has good players. There are players in Chicago, in LA, and I think we forget that. New York, DC, Boston. There are players all over the place, man. So travel the country, go to the EYBL circuit, go to the Adidas circuit, see all of those circuits, go to New Balance, go to Puma, whatever those circuits are, see every circuit. Go see college practices, go to college games, and just being around that, it'll change your perspective on what a player looks like at each level, and you'll be able to educate your parents, and then you'll be able to better prepare your players.
I mean, I'm gonna just to piggyback on Cooper Flag came from Maine.
See,
If
yeah.
you have to go up there to understand what I'm talking about. It's so he came from Maine, and so it's players everywhere. And I was thinking about that because somebody sent me some about even in the G League. Uh, uh, he
Don't get
said
me started on that.
he said Robert, the big reason guys get stuck in the G League is that they don't understand the position they're trying out for. I said, what? He said, Robert, it's like you go on a job interview thinking you're going to be the CFO of the company.
And you're gonna be the
And they're
janitor.
looking for you to be the guy to clean the bathroom.
100%.
When you go to college, freshman, I know I know you want to come in there. I'm finna coming in and I'm finna change the world. I'm finna Cooper Flag 'em. I'm finna DJ AJ DeBanson. But if I got to start a lot of freshmen on my team, coach told me that a long time ago, Robert, I ain't got no good team. But in these days, but some of these freshmen are super freshmen. We ain't talking about them unicorns, but we just talking about regular players. And most of the time we're dealing with regular players because there's not that many Cooper flags out there. Ross.
Yep. No,
But what
100%.
did you think about that G League analogy? That these guys coming, that's why they get stuck in the G League, because they mindset, they think they Luka.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about it is, I think, and it's been a couple years since I've looked, but the last time I looked, there were only 5,000 players to ever play in the NBA. They're only
Under
like
5,000.
500.
It's close to
Yes, yes.
400. Yeah, under
Yep,
5,000. Yeah, but
yep.
that's
So
close.
it's
Yeah.
it's only 550 or so spots, you know, there, and most of them are already taken. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look at a roster, so you're in the G League fighting for something that may not even be there. You know what I'm saying? Like they're no, nobody's giving up their NBA job for you, just because you come in to play in the G League. So you're fighting for us one spot, two spots, three spots, maybe. I mean, look, think about it. Chris Paul, what year is this for Chris Paul?
20 something.
Yeah, so for 20 something years, that spot has not been available.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good
So
one,
if,
man.
if you just look at if you go on I think it's called I'll text you so you can put it on there. There's a website that'll show you everybody's NBA contract, right?
Oh yeah.
And you
Real
can look in
real GM.
real GM,
Yeah.
and you can go team by team. So let's say they have 15 men on the roster, right? 12 of those contracts may be guaranteed, right? So those spots are not available. So you know what I'm saying? You're not even fighting for those spots. And then they may have a couple guys that are on two-way contracts that, and if they got drafted in the first round, those spots are not available. So in reality, it may be one spot per team that could potentially be available. That's 30 spots. Man, it's a million players trying to get trying to fight for 30 spots.
So why do so many people holler out, well, I got a pro. Man, my guy, he's
Because
gonna
they
play here.
Jimmy, some people got pros. You
No, but I'm
can't
just
Just
say
saying,
because you have a
got no
pro,
pro.
just because you have a pro doesn't mean that they'll ever play in the NBA. There are guys that are good enough to play in the NBA that will never get an opportunity because there are no spots available. There's no spots.
Russell Westbrook just squeezed in and got a spot.
Yeah, and how many dudes in the G League better than Russell Westbrook? None.
yeah, and then
You know what I'm saying?
Big Zesty, he's still overseas. Dwight, Big Zesty.
Yeah.
But he played. But he played. How many years did he play in the
He
NBA though?
played
What
a
did he
million
play?
years.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Yeah, he ran his course. And here's the
He
thing:
got his pension.
you can be a pro and be good enough to play in the NBA and never get an opportunity.
But
And you just have to go.
it's really 450 standard contracts. That other 100 you're talking,
That's
they're not standard
that's
contracts.
that's two ways.
Yeah, two way. So it's think about it, y'all. 150 of them are starters because it's 30 teams times 5. So you ain't got to get one of them spots.
You ain't messing with they spot.
Hold on. Then let's go shoot it to the net. I mean, so it's just so hard. Y'all,
It's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. So
and
like you
somebody
said,
was somebody was on the show yesterday. A young fella. It was King Sticks, and he just talking about, man, I don't like the Golden State Warriors. I don't like the way they treat the guards from the guards from Houston. I said they gave him a chance to come try out. How you going just because Kendrick Davis and LJ is not on the team, they didn't do them wrong. It ain't no spots. Hey, Seth Curry. Seth got cut. And he can play on any team in the league right now. And only reason, and they knew he would, they kind of planned that one because he was on Exhibit 9. So he was on a training camp contract. So when it comes time to the regular season, you can't honor that contract, and they were going to be over the cap. So he got to wait another month and a half, just sit out there and chill and work and do whatever he got to do. And so it's that hard, ladies and gentlemen. And I just hate that they just don't understand it. And like Jimmy said, everybody talking about they got a pro. They might have a pro. But an NBA pro, Look at Tyler Smith. He's 7 foot. He got cut. 11 years in a row, Jimmy. 11 years in a row that the Milwaukee have not signed a second contract to the guys that they drafted. 11 years in a row. And it's just unbelievable, man. It's that hard. And he's almost 7 foot, and he can't make it right now.
It's hard because not only are you dealing with so in high school, when you think about how hard it is to get a scholarship, right? You're only really for a high school guy, you're competing against your class for that scholarship that they're going to give to a high school kid. You're competing against that class. When you talk about the NBA, you're not competing against your class. You're competing against guys that are 15 years older. And then even if you get your foot in the door, you're still competing against the next wave the next year. Because there are another group of guys that are going to get drafted in the first round.
Jimmy, you seem like you on your seat about to say something.
No, I mean, it's just I'm loving that people are hoping that people are eating this up and paying attention to this conversation, because I think that it's a lot of people try to make it look easy. Like, I got this guy, and even like Division One, a discount and a disrespect. I call it disrespect. The Division One factor on how good you have to be to actually get on the court and move the needle with minutes per game at the Division One level.
Yeah,
it's not easy at all. And people go around and saying, and I tell people, I try to do my best. We try to do our best on the Chop Shop at explaining and breaking stuff down to parents. And what happens is it's a zero-sum game. For every person that watches and takes the intel and say, okay, thank you, there's another person gonna come behind and say and try to go and discount it and be like, those guys, they don't know what they're talking about. I got this, and they'll think of one abnormal situation that and they'll try to apply it like it's normal, like it's part of the norm. Abnormal is not normal. And that's where problems is, and nobody wants to take the responsibility of saying, you know what, man, I you're right, I missed, I did it, I got it wrong, I missed on this. So with that saying, thinking back, Rossi, when you were grassroots coach and you first got into that level, and it had to be, everybody has this wall that they hit. Can you? Was there one kid that you had that you just knew was a Division One, and you tried to push through the cracks and promote, and you realized later on, man, this dude, he ain't nowhere near what I thought he was? Is that one player? I think everybody had one that you thought that you kind of over promoted, or you thought he was the guy, and he just really wasn't that good at the end of the day, or he didn't have it inside of him.
Good to do what, Jimmy? Good to do what first?
That's
to
a
make
good
it
point. Yeah,
Division One, good enough to make it at the Division One level and move the needle.
Okay.
You might have got him in there, but he really, what the end of the day, you look back and say, that you thought he was a can't miss.
I don't know about. I thought guys were can't miss, but the interesting thing was once they get on campus, there's so many other factors. You know what I'm saying? Like they could have been good enough. Once they get there, is like, how do they deal with being away from home?
Great point.
How do they deal with having the freedom of being able to stay out as long as they want? They're not in their parents' house anymore. Then you talk about girls and drugs and alcohol and the responsibility of doing weights in the morning, and then practice, and then training table, and then class, and then study hall. Like how you deal with all of those things, how you deal with injury. There are guys that go off, get hurt, and are never the same. So I think that part of it is hard to predict. I think ultimately is like, is he good enough to be on your team and have the opportunity or the chance to compete for a spot? And then once they get there, at that point, man, it's really on those guys. And again, there's so many factors beyond their control. We've all seen a guy that had a bum ankle or tear the ACL, and they never the same again. And then, now 10 years ago, nobody was talking about mental health, but now that's the thing now. Like, how do guys handle adversity? You know what I'm saying? How do guys handle not playing? Y'all were talking about a freshman earlier when I first jumped on. McDermott at, is that at A&M?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's hard to not play your freshman year when you used to being the guy in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a difficult. Like I think people miss that part. Like
I'm glad you
how
brought
it
that up.
affects your confidence and your self-esteem. And some guys are embarrassed. So think about that. You've been the guy in high school in the city for so long. People coming to see you play. Now your family and friends, hey man, we're gonna come watch you play against such and such, and you never get in the game. Like that affects guys. How they feel about themselves. It affects their confidence, and it's just so many factors, man. Like it goes back to what we're talking about. Not only is it hard to make it to the NBA because there are not enough spots, but there's so many factors along the journey that can derail guys. I mean,
Yes.
we can if we sat down and wrote down, I bet we can name 15, 20 guys in the last 10 years that we all thought had a chance to be NBA players.
Yeah.
And now they playing over. And we talked about we were on here before, and I heard what great interview a year ago. Maybe Tommy Mason Griffin did an interview, and he
Mm-hmm.
was talking about like things he would have done differently if he could do it all over again.
Mm.
Like he was a can't miss guy, you know what I'm saying? But again, the pressures of class and school and agents and money and girls and it's like
But Ross, I'm glad you said that because was he a can't miss NBA or can't miss college player?
I'm saying, and I believe this, and I'm sure he would say the same. If
Uh-huh.
he had gone to college, prepared mentally and understanding the scope of what needs to be done in its totality. That means diet,
Mhm.
preparation,
Okay.
sleep, training, going to class, taking advantage of like I would say that he would have been an NBA player.
Hmm.
Now I'm not saying he would have been an all-star,
Okay, I
but
got you.
I
I
think
got you. I got you.
he was a draftable guy. Like that I never seen Tommy Mason Griffin ever play in high school, college where it didn't look like he was getting it on. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You know,
That's a
some
good
guys you'd
point.
be like in
That's
high
a good
school,
point.
you'd be like,
Yeah.
man, he good in high school, and you see him in college, you'd be like,
Yeah.
he a little timid. Nah, he was getting busy in college too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but there are other
Good
factors
point.
that determine if guys make it or not.
He got to college and Willie Warren was there, and you only can have so many guys with a keen understanding of streets on the same basketball team. Willie Warren and Tommy Mason Griffin and Tiny Gallon wasn't a
I'm
good
All
so
combo.
together.
I'm so glad you brought that up because people always have something negative to say about these players. And that's why because I've seen this stuff. So that's why if you ever wonder why I empathize with the player a lot, it's because I've seen so much of it. The stuff you're talking about, Rossi, that the stuff that we don't see that derails them from being all they can be. And college life is special. Especially now with this when Stephen Jobs did this thing right here, he did a thing on us. And these guys, we didn't have to live through this, Rossi. These dudes, they got to live through it all, and it's amazing. You know, I'm watching Rossi. When you get a chance, watch Starting Five on Netflix. They chronicled like last year they did Anthony Edwards and LeBron and Jason Tatum. This year they doing who was that? Butler, Jimmy Butler. No, not Butler. What are they doing this year? Jason Brown, Jalen Brown, James Harden, Shea
They
Gilgis
did Jason Tatum,
Alexander.
right?
Yeah, Shea Gilgis Alexander, and Tyrese Halliburton, and one more guy. It's unique. It's stuff you find out. They taking you in depth about. You're gonna learn some stuff. Remember, you're gonna learn some stuff about a player. You're gonna say, I didn't know that. But before we get out of here, let's recap what's going on Sunday at 4:00.
The preview college basketball exhibition this Sunday, October 26th at Fort Bend Epicenter. Fantastic doubleheader. Texas A&M versus Arizona State in game 1 at 4 p.m. And in game 2, 6:30 p.m. Number 2 ranked preseason ranked Houston Cougars, depending on you ask, maybe number 1 versus Mississippi State. 4 quality programs. First time that they'll be playing in front of fans. Fantastic venue. If you've never been to the Fort Bend Epicenter, it's one of my favorite venues. I love it. There's not a bad seat in the house.
Sweet.
Tickets start as low as $15
Wow.
and go up to 75 to 150 for courtside and premium seating. Tickets are at etix.com, the letter etix.com. Again, we have a giveaway that if you buy 2 tickets to the preview and then you go to usportsent.com/win, you can enter to win a trip to Birmingham on November the 16th for the Houston versus Auburn game. That game sold out in 30 minutes. We're holding a couple seats for this contest. 2 courtside seats, 2 flights, and hotel stay. But it's a great opportunity. So I'll see you guys Sunday, October 26th at the Fort Bend Epicenter. I'll be sitting courtside with my family and enjoying some great hoops, and I hope to see you guys there.
Jimmy?
Man, I just saw the stat you just put up there. It's over 40 countries, right? Almost 50 different countries are represented by at least one player on the NBA opening day rosters. You were talking about how hard it was to get in earlier, and a lot of people not realizing this stuff. And you know, and colleges, the big budget college coaches, they routinely go across the country. Whenever you hear the sneaker, Adidas put together groups, they go play. They played in Italy, I think, last year.
Mm-hmm.
Those NBA scouts can go to that. When the different Under Armour goes, different events, the colleges, when they play these, every 4 years, colleges can go on what they call a tour of a
Foreign
different
tour.
of an international play. Every 4 years, they're eligible to do it. And those things have become supremely big business, because every time they go, yes, most of our college teams, the big hitters, are going to beat some people's head in, but every one of those teams, they're tactfully done. They're going to have a prospect on those most of those teams, those opponents. And those people, NBA guys, go to them. They go. You mentioned Kendrick Davis, somebody a while ago. Kendrick Davis life is okay for him right now. He was MVP in the second league in Australia. Now he's moved up. We'll see what he does now. He got to get it out the mud. He's with on De La Dova's team, which is the top team in Australia this year. So if he moves the needle, guess what? Some people got to get it out the mud.
Think about what you just said, Jimmy. I don't even think people grasp that. A former role player in the NBA got his own team in his home country.
Mm-hmm.
Not no star, Rossi. A role player.
De La Dova.
Yo, check this out. Now, here's the other part about it.
I'm sorry.
We talking about Kendrick Davis playing in a second league overseas. You know, so when you start talking about you have a player on your team that's in high school, that's a pro, man, listen, Kendrick Davis was tearing people head off in high school every game, and he was tearing people behind in college. So, you know, and again, he having to fight second league, first league. It ain't a whole lot of dudes better than Kendrick Davis that's on these dudes' team now.
No, sir.
That's a bad boy, and he's still fighting his way to try to get to the NBA.
Absolutely.
Did you see some of the cuts this year? Did y'all see Precious Achua? All of these guys, these dudes
real
don't
players.
have no jobs right now, man. It's some bad dudes ain't got no job.
McDonald All-Americans.
McDonald All-Americans. Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't trying to discourage. Robert, y'all discourage us. I ain't trying to.
Well, now it's the thing is, I mean, that's my plea is for people to stop hitting that nail on the head like that's what's supposed to come out of it. Baby, look at man. Be thankful. Yes. College basketball nowadays is the professional for many of your teams. That's your new pro. It's college basketball. That's the best it's going to get for a lot of you guys right now. Yes. Now, so that means now,
and that's a great life.
Yes.
That's a great life.
Experience. And guess what? There are people now this past year, especially in women's basketball, that didn't even want to go to pros. They go, I'm gonna do another year. The girl from LSU, Floje. She was like, no, I ain't going. No, I'm going. This too good right here. I ain't cutting this kick off. So this thing is, what happens now, Rossi, is that you are no longer in the grassroots sector in that Roach Motel. The grassroots sector now. I mean, it is. That's what it is. Easy to get in, hard to get out. That was a slogan for it back in the days. And here's what happens. For many people around the country, the real sneaker sponsored programs, they are mandating and saying, if you come play for us, then we have to do your NIL. What do you think about that?
I think
You don't have to answer that if you don't want to.
I think that is if anytime that there's big money involved, they're going to be those that are able to capitalize on it. I'm not mad at them, but it's a part of it's business. It's business. It's
As
a
the
part of the
facts
business.
change, the truth change.
Well, you got a choice as a parent. Either you're going to go and let them
Do it,
control your
or you're not.
NIL, or you're not.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
thing. You can't go and say, well,
Yeah.
and later on, oh man, why you going? No. If they
Yeah.
if that's what the prerequisite is, that was a good question though. I like that, Rossi. Where you didn't dance around. You answered
No,
it
that's a
in a
good one.
great way.
That's a good one.
It's just business.
It's eye opening because a lot of parents don't know what they're about to face going into these sneaker teams in 2026. Many of those teams, you better ask this question because they're going to impose it on you. They're going to do your
Oh, yeah.
NIL.
Yeah.
That's part of the expectations right now. That's almost like you take somebody to dinner, you single guys, you spurging on this, spurging on that. Guess what you're thinking about? Guess what's expected? Something is expected.
You're going to church.
Hey.
You go to church on Sunday.
You're going to
That's
church.
what you should expect.
Hey,
You should expect to go to church, see y'all at church on
parents,
Sunday.
on the flip side, join us in the next couple of months. Parents, I'm going to give y'all a way to make better decisions. That's what I want to do over the next 3 months. I want you to be able to make better decisions like that because that's a great thing you brought up, Jimmy. And it's all right, but just you are in the driver's seat, be able to make a better decision. Because guess what? You got to pay somebody. So
100%.
somebody gonna get paid. It might as well be somebody, So, but y'all, I know we got to get out of here. Rossi, man, thank you, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to say Sunday. Y'all can have the Texas. I'm not wasting my time because I don't want to get tired. I want to go see both of them damn games. Your game. I'm not gonna go and watch what's that boy CJ, whatever his name. I forgot his name. Stroud. Throw all them interceptions. He just throw it to anybody. He just throw it. If you got a red jersey on, he gonna throw it to you on Sunday. So I'll be at Rossi event on Sunday. But I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, Jimmy. You got anything to say before we get out of here?
Definitely appreciate it. Of course, this Sunday, invite them on out, Rossi, and tell them how they can get tickets for this Sunday's college basketball preview.
The preview college basketball exhibition this Sunday, October 26th, doubleheader, 4:00 A&M Arizona State, 6:30 Houston, Mississippi State. Get your tickets at Htx.com. And Hicks, if y'all have a giveaway on Thursday, whatever y'all come up with is I'm good with it. I'll have some lower level sideline or semi-sideline tickets, pair of tickets to give away. But I will see you guys on Sunday. Listen, don't tell me that you got grassroots guys, you got players and all of this, and I don't see you and your players at this game. You talking about you got high major players.
Can you repeat that one more time?
I say, man, don't go around broadcasting. You got high major players, and they got high major coaches and teams coming to the city to get up close and personal.
Love it. Jimmy, let's get out of here because something is going crazy. It's time to go. We out.